Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Kuhb Games YouTube channel. I'm back on my aggro stuff. As you can see, we're playing Earth Aggro today. It's been a while since it's been on the channel, but it should be up on the screen somewhere for you to check out. The deck list, going with Return from the Different Dimension in the main. This is a card that I like playing from time to time in Earth Aggro. If you're playing all three DD Assailants with the DD Warrior Lady and like the Rock Spirit for an extra way to get stuff banished, I think Return actually fits sort of naturally into this deck. Probably never really more than a one of, but I do like it. We're never setting anything turn one in this deck, so I'm just going to summon the Giant Rat. Basically, in this deck, we keep the Nox dead. Game one. This is sort of how I like to play it. I like to do the same thing in Warrior, as I'm sure I've explained on the channel many times. Alright, Kaiku's a bit of an annoying card for the deck, but, you know, obviously we have the answer with Goblin Attack Force. And I think I just want to get another rat here, honestly. Because I don't need to get Exile Force. I haven't answered this Kaiku. And if it is like Warriors or something, we do have like Heavy Storm, so we can take care of that. And we can get in a really big push if we want to. Okay, I like Mirror Force, so now, like, we don't have to Heavy Storm here, but I still think I'm going to. No, maybe I'm not, actually. We could Rhoda for Exiled Force here and just push in the 1400, or we could summon the Goblin Attack Force and attack. I don't actually hate that. If we run into Mirror Force, then it's a problem. But if it's just like a Sakuretsu, it's not that big of a deal. Just thinking, sorry, opponent. I don't really want to heavy the one back row, especially if it's going to be Warrior, but I guess, like, I'm getting in a really big attack here, right? It'd be 5, it'd be a whole 3,300. And then we've got Prima, well, no, I'm just going to summon the Goblin Attack Force and attack. We get punished by, like, exactly Mirror Force here, but I'm also going to leave the Giant Rat and attack. I guess, like, I could have attacked with just the rat. Okay, this is fine. You take 2,300 as well. Okay, so now, let's see, we would get him down to 4,100, and we would be at 3,300. I think I'm just going to attack with the rat here. And let's see, send the rat to the graveyard. Go get Injection Fairy Lily. And that's going to attack over the Kaiku. So we do get one more attack in. With the Lily, we're at 2,900. The opponent's going to be at 41. Assuming they take it here. Yep, okay. And we can just set Mirror Force to protect here. We do have Heavy Storm on the next turn, so we're definitely looking to push for lethal. We've got Premature Burial, Rhoda as, you know, 2 ways to get more monsters on the board. We have protection with Mirror Force. If something goes wrong, say the opponent has like a Smash and Ground into a monster or something like that. So, like this position. They only set 1 card last turn, so reasonable chance they don't have a Solemn for the Heavy Storm unless they drew it for turn. Oh, okay. We're going to see a Goblin Attack Force from the opponent. That's interesting. I think if they attack, I'm just going to Mirror Force, so I don't have to pay the 2k here. Okay, so we drew DD Assailant, so we certainly have lethal here. Yeah, so I'm just going to start off with a Heavy Storm and see what happens. Cool. Alright, now I'll summon DD Assailant and Premature Burial, because we have enough life here. Just get back the Goblin Attack Force. And then go bonk with the Goblins. Attack with the Lily. We go to 100, so by life points, this game was like as close as possible. And then hit you for 17. And we'll call that game. So we're playing against probably Earth Aggro with Kuhb in the main, which I've seen before. Could be, well, we saw a Solemn Judgment. I guess Warrior could also play Goblin Attack Forces. Could just be some like random beatdown deck as well. But we want the Sakuretsus. We want Brain Control. I don't think we want the Mobius really, but maybe we want the Cypher Soldier here. What do we not want? We like Dust Tornadoes. I guess Return is a bit... I think Return's probably fine, right? We can get rid of the Nox for sure. We're bringing in one monster, so we do need to be a little bit conscious of the monster count. So we can cut the level 2. I think that's probably fine. I like all of the other monsters here. I like all of these cards. We can cut a Trap Dust Shoot for sure. Maybe I want to cut more Trap Dust Shoots. What do I have to bring in over Trap Dust Shoots? I don't really want any more monsters in the deck. I guess I don't really have a whole lot to bring in. I could bring in a Duo, I guess. But Duo has... I guess Duo's more live than Trap Dust Shoot, right? I generally don't like the Duos, but... I guess we're just going to bring in one Duo, and we'll leave we'll leave one Dust Shoot in. That's fine. I don't really want to bring in the Mobius. Okay, well, we opened with Duo, which is very nice. Hopefully the Soldier Boy can do some damage here, and hopefully we don't draw that Dust Shoot. Okay. Cypher Soldier really good against Gaff. Ooh, especially with a Prima. Alright, let's just throw off Duo to start. We ask our opponent if it's okay, so we don't click on a card, giving them information. Ooh, we hit Snatch Steel. Love to see that. I think I am just going to set the Cypher Soldier. I would imagine the opponent's not going to have Knock in their deck. Okay, and we get rid of Enemy Controller? That's an interesting one. Not sure how I feel about that one. We could summon and try to attack over the Gaff, but I don't think that's really necessary. We could also Graceful Charity here. What are we really looking for? It's probably fine. We can get rid of like this Return. The Giant Rat's not... the Giant Rat's pretty good, but we could find some sort of like trap or something. I don't hate going for Graceful here. Okay, and we find Gigantes. Yeah, I think I'm fine just pitching the Return. And do I want Rat? Willy? I like Rhoda a lot here. Let's just get rid of the Rat, I think. Then, yeah, I'm just going to set the Kinetic and pass. I know I keep going back and forth between calling it Kinetic and Cypher Soldier, but I read Cypher Soldier on here all the time, so that's why I call it that. And I call it Kinetic because that's what I read on the paper card that I have. Oh yeah, we've got Blade Knight here. Deal. Attack with that one first. Take an extra 300. Or if you don't have anything to set, take an extra, what, 700? No knock, please. Okay. Nice. Kinetic Soldier strikes again. This card is such a pain for warrior decks. Being a warrior player, I certainly don't like seeing this card. Obviously, it's lost a lot of popularity, thankfully, in favor of Zombra in a lot of decks. But man, when it comes up and you don't have an answer, it just sits there. It's just the biggest wall that's ever existed against the warrior deck. But think the opponent is probably lagging or something. Not a big deal. We're fine. Yeah, Goblin attack force goes to defense. We love to see that. Opponent's going to set some more back row. That's perfectly fine. I probably would have set that before attacking so I could, you know, make the Blade Knight 2k, but it is what it is. So here, I could actually summon Gigantes and attack. And if they have Sakuretsu, like, I can Prima it or something, but I don't know if that's actually necessary. I could just summon DD Assailant if the opponent wants a Torrential, you know, be my guest. I could also just set the DD Assailant and let him run into it with the Blade Knight. Also fine with that. But I kind of, well, I guess I don't want to attack the Goblin attack force. I don't know, it's kind of a weird position. Let's just sit back. Because we've got, you know, we've got a big 3,800 defense guy, and we've got DD Assailant to help, you know, keep the board clear, get some 1-for-1s going. Oh, they left in level 2? Okay, well, I would have expected knock over level 2. I think level 2 is just actually just not good at all here, but I guess it's going to work out for the opponent. So we lose our DD Assailant. If we go to a game 3, we'll take note of that. Mirror Force is pretty good here. So now I think I can just summon Gigantes and try to attack. If there is a Sakuretsu, it's kind of whatever, right? Just get rid of my giant rat. Torrential would be just fantastic for me here. That is a Dust Tornado. Oh boy, so the opponent showed us they have a Mirror Force and a Dust Tornado, so it's nice to have the information. I'm certainly not going to attack now. I'm just going to leave that Gigantes chilling there. But one of those is a Dust Tornado. I really want to set this Mirror Force. Maybe I just set, like, the Rhoda here. Force out the Dust Tornado, because I have Prima. I already have a bunch of good cards for Prima, so I think that's good. I guess I don't, actually, because I have Gigantes on the board, and I kind of want my opponent to attack over it. Yeah, so let's just pass the turn, because they can't get through this Cypher Soldier for now. Obviously, if they draw Exiled Force, it's a bit different, but kind of not really, right? Because they can destroy the Cypher Soldier. I take some damage, but like if they attack through the Gigantes, I get to destroy their back row, which means I get rid of their Mirror Force. I get to set my Mirror Force, and we're in a perfectly fine position from there. And opponent's just going to pass. I would love to draw a Heavy Storm at some point. So we know Mirror Force and Dust Tornado. Those are the back row. So we really want to pull one of those out, right? Let's see. So let's just summon DD Assailant. And this, we're going to switch Gigantes to defense, and we're just going to attack this Blade Knight, because it's at 1600 now. See if they want a Mirror Force. If they want a Mirror Force, it's fine with me. We just lose the DD Assailant. If they don't Mirror Force, we get to pick up a +1 here. So we're just being ultra conservative. I guess I could also just draw out the Dust Tornado with the Prima. I didn't think of that, honestly. Well, we don't have to do that now. We just don't need to set the Mirror Force with the Gigantes on the board. We can sit here and wait. Exiled Force is an interesting one. That goes really well with the Prima. I think my opponent misclicked through their turn. Okay, it looks like the opponent did misclick through their turn, so that's fine. I'm gonna back it up. We're not in the business of sharking here. We're just here to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! The opponent's not gonna draw. It's the exact same thing, so that's fine. I've definitely double clicked, and like I said before, I think my opponent's been lagging a little bit. So, totally get it. It's fine. Obviously, I would like for them to not have a Pot of Greed and have just, you know, passed the turn, but this is fine. This is where we are. I think we're pretty well set up against everything. Like, we have DD Assailant to protect us. Gigantas, they can't really attack over, or they're going to lose a Mirror Force and a Dust Tornado. They can't really set any more cards because of the Gigantas, because eventually, you know, being the aggro deck, they have to get over it somehow. And their Exiled Force is already kind of taxed because we have this Kinetic Soldier plus the Gigantas plus DD Assailant as all really good Exiled Force targets. And then our hand is kind of stacked on top of it as well. So really, really, really like the position we're in, of course. Okay, so the opponent summons a Jinzo here. Okay. We're going to lose the Cypher Soldier, but this turns off their Mirror Force for now. And it turns off their Prima, but don't know really what I'm going to do about that just yet. Like, I know I'm drawing the Exiled Force, so I could... How heads up of a play is this? I could attack with the Gigantes. I could summon Injection Fairy Lily, attack with Gigantes, take out their back row, and then attack with the Injection Fairy Lily, which puts them at 3,000. Unfortunately, I don't really have enough for lethal here, but I actually kind of like that play, right? That way I'm able to get rid of the Mirror Force. Declare the Gigantes, destroy your back row. And then, oh wait, right. Then the Injection Fairy Lily has to attack the Jinzo, but that's fine. So, didn't quite think through all of the steps there, because the Jinzo, you know, isn't going to die, but they still go to 5,400. I've got this injection on the board. Everything's fine. I've got a Mirror Force backup here. The opponent has lost their Mirror Force. There's no Snatch Steal, so they can't really do any of those sort of shenanigans. The Injection Fairy Lily protects me from all of their monsters, I would imagine, right? Fairy Lily's really good against warriors. If they summon a BLS, I have an answer to it. I don't even think they do have a light in the graveyard, right? Yeah, they have the Blade Knight. So yeah, if they have BLS, they have to, you know, they have to just summon it out and banish the Lily, unless they want to attack it and make me pay 2,000. But if they want to attack it, then I can just Mirror Force the BLS. I've got Exile Force. I should have lethal on the next turn, right? Yeah, I absolutely have lethal. Assuming the opponent doesn't do anything. Heavy Storm is an interesting start. Okay, so I'm going to lose the Mirror Force, so a little bit more vulnerable now, but we'll see how the opponent wants to follow this up. If they have, like, BLS plus Blade Knight, we go to 1,900. Okay, Zombara is not a big deal. And Prima the Jinzo. This might kill me. So I take 17 plus 24. Yeah, no, I'm dead. Maybe the Gigantes play wasn't the best thing. Maybe I was supposed to just sit there and just keep waiting, because I didn't have a whole lot of defenses. Just making sure, because I take 17, 24 if I don't pay. If I do pay, I go to 19. And then that attack's over. Take 2,000. Yep, I'm dead. All right. Seeing the opponent has Jinzo, and they left in level 2. Still don't think I need to make any changes here. Just need to not set monsters. If our opponent left in level 2, they probably still have knock in the deck. I don't really think that's correct. Like, I want to go back and watch that game back. I think I was probably supposed to just sit on my cards and wait. Okay, this hand's pretty good. I guess I can Graceful and see if I find like Duo or the one Dust Shoot or something like that, but I also just don't think I need to, right? I can just summon Giant Rat and pass. Yeah, Kaiku's fine. So now how aggressive do I want to get? I do have the Snatch Steel and a Rock Spirit, so I could say 34, 52. I almost just have lethal. If I find something bigger than Exiled Force, I could just have lethal in the next turn. So I'm going to get the Injection Fairy Lily. And if the opponent has a Judgment as part of their back row, then, you know, they go to 4,000, so that works out as well. And we can figure out, oh, they just don't have anything? Come on, monster bigger than Exiled Force. All right, so now we throw off the Graceful Charity. Okay, Ring probably does it too, but so does that. So we can get rid of the Smashing Ground and the Mystical Space Typhoon. And we're going to snatch the Kaiku. Normal summon the Goblin Attack Force and special summon the Rock Spirit, and that is gonna be the game unless our opponent has Kuriboh. Yep, that's gonna do it. All right, cool. Probably messed up that game too. Really hoping to watch that back. I think I should have been less aggressive than I was, but able to go full aggression in game 3 and take the match, and we will get another one. All right, we've got another match here. I have changed shirts, but rest assured, I am the same dumbass in this chair as the first match. Oh, I tried to record a couple of matches before this one, but one, we didn't get a full match, and the other, our opponent was really salty, and sometimes I leave in a little bit of the salt, but my opponent was like salting off the entire time, even though they were winning almost all of game 1 and 3. Ooh. It's Fusion Gate time. Okay. Uh-oh. Dark Paladin is not a light, right? Oh, never mind. Never mind. Read the card wrong. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. Well, we have an answer for Dark Paladin, right? Let me just refresh my memory on this card. When a spell is activated, you can discard one card and negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. This card must be face up, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Let's just Exiled Force that. Let's get rid of your Dark Paladin. I know you worked really hard for it. Sorry, opponent. Okay. I'm just going to let my opponent Heavy Storm, I guess, if they want to. Because I really don't mind if they use Fusion Gate again. Okay, I mean, no, I'm gonna respond to that. And Dust Tornado the Fusion Gate. So now they're just sitting with Thunder Dragons in hand. rather than just giving them a free fusion. Like, if they were going to use cards already in their hand and minus themselves for the fusion, that would have been perfectly fine with me. Okay, I guess they're going to get their they're going to get their twin-headed Thunder Dragon anyway. That's fine. We have Ring into Goblin attack force. So things are okay. I guess we could just summon Giant Rat instead. Oh, we're gonna double fusion summon here. That's kind of scary. So we're just bringing out like 2 twin-headed Thunder Dragons. Looks like it. Okay. Well, we're gonna take some damage here. That's for sure. But I think we're fine. And then we'll take another 2800. So as long as they aren't able to do anything, we can just set the Giant Rat. We'll have to go into Injection Fairy Lily, I guess, which is not the ideal way of dealing with this twin-headed Thunder Dragon, to be honest. But I mean, if we lose the twin-headed Thunder Dragon, we lose the twin-headed Thunder Dragon. You know, so be it, right? Yeah, I'll get the injection. I'm not sold on attacking it. Because we go to 400. And I don't have lethal by any means. I guess we could just like... I mean, even the Hex Sealed fusions. Maybe we just have to hope our opponent bricks and we're able to get there, but... I don't know. We have like... We have other outs in the deck. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I'll set the knock. Sure. I wish that knock had been a Smash and Ground. Obviously. Oh god, do I have another fusion? Wow. Okay, so our opponent really, really didn't brick, and now we're going to get Dark Paladin again? Good lord. Okay. Opponent's not playing around today. We lose our Lily, and we lose a Giant Rat, and I'm pretty sure we don't have anything for the rat to get. Yep. Fail to find. Okay. Rhoda gets DD Warrior Lady and then we die? Alright. We'll make our opponent do it here, but I guess we can get DD Assailant. Let's just get DD Assailant. Set it and pass. Maybe our opponent decides they don't want to risk the trap this turn, even though they did last turn. It would make 0 sense for them to not. Okay. And... yeah, alright. Alright, we lost out to a bunch of twin-headed Thunder Dragons and Dark Paladins. Can't be mad about that. So we want Brain Control. These Duo seems pretty good here, right? Cliff removes Fusion Gate, but I don't know if that's really worth it. They've... well, are they? Yeah, they're probably playing Chaos Monsters, right? So maybe Kaikus are fine, but maybe that's just overkill. We don't want Nox. We don't want the level 2. I think we probably want the Dust Tornadoes and stuff just to get rid of Fusion Gate. I think that's totally fine. I guess Rock Spirit's not doing much here. Maybe we could bring in Kaiku over, like, Return. Bring in a Kaiku over a Rat. Well, Rat gets exiled for us, which I think is really good here. Sure. Let's just call it at that. Maybe we could have put in Kaiku over Breaker. I don't hate that idea. Maybe I was supposed to do that. Okay. I guess we could Graceful. Yeah, hitting a Duo or a Dust Shoot or something could be good here. Alright, we hit the Dust Shoot. So what do we not want? Get rid of the MST. I actually kind of just want to keep the Dust Tornado. All these other cards are really good. I guess we don't need to keep the Dust Tornado, right? Yeah, let's just get rid of the Dust Tornado, and we'll just keep all of our stuff to interact with the monsters. We can throw off a Trap Dust Shoot here. I did not download the Dueling Book extension that someone recommended to me. Oh my god. I mean, I guess we'll just take the Dark Magician. It doesn't really matter. I guess technically taking the Buster Blader is probably better than taking Dark Magician. No, I guess actually putting the Dark back could matter. Okay. Fusion Gate, you got it. Pot of Greed, you got it. Just got a follow on Twitch, it looks like. Hangman Isaac, if you're watching this, shout out to you. Uh-huh. Just seeing what I see now. I wish I had kept the Dust Tornado. That's fine. Mirror Force the Dark Paladin. Things are good. So we know the opponent has King of the Swamp and one other in hand. I'd really like for them to fusion summon something here in main 2 just so I can Smash and Ground. Okay, another Smash and Ground's pretty good. I don't think I need to run into like a Mirror Force or something here, so I'm just going to attack with the Goblin Attack Force. And we'll save this Rhoda. 2 defense, pass the turn. If they summon something to attack over this, obviously, you know, we can Smash and Ground, summon Gigantes, get in for 19. Yeah, Emblem of the Dragon Destroyer. That certainly adds a Buster Blader to your hand. Love it. We're going to lose to this, and I'm going to be totally fine with it. This is gold. Yeah. Okay, so the last card in hand is King of the Swamp. That's fine with me. I have double Smash and Ground. Royal... What? Why would you flip Royal Decree there? Interesting. You know, I could summon Gigantes and just run into this. I just can't be worth it, right? I mean, I am going to have to double Smash and Ground this. Oh, if they discard the King of the Swamp, that's fine with me, right? Yeah. Yeah, and I want to hold on to my Rhoda. Because Rhoda can still get exiled for us, which is kind of like a Smash and Ground. Alright, we'll Smash and Ground. So we trade 2 for 2. Icarus attack our opponent. Get in there with Gigantes, I guess. Like, yeah, I still don't think you need to Rhoda there, because we can Rhoda this turn for lethal, yeah, if our opponent doesn't do anything. But there wasn't a guarantee, like, maybe I needed to go into an exiled force or something like that, so... Alright, get in there, my boys. Goblins coming through. Okay, after seeing Decree, I think I do want to leave in the Breaker. I know I mentioned potentially. Maybe I want Cliff now. Actually, that might be a little too much, right? Is Cliff better than Kaiku? I mean, we haven't seen any sort of Chaos Monster at all. It's interesting. I'm willing to give it a shot, I think. Because if we can clear Fusion Gate, our opponent's deck doesn't do anything, right? That may be a little too much, but that's fine. We can discard it to Graceful Charity here if we want to. Look, everything's fine. Why are we even talking about stuff when we can just have Graceful Charity? Yeah, Terraforming's good. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have Decree to back up something, because like all of my answers are traps. Yep. What you got for me? How many fusions? 1 or 2? Yep, that's a Dark Paladin. And nothing. Okay. Alright, so I'm not going to summon out... Or I'm not going to play the Graceful Charity here. Let's just set Giant Rat. Set Dust Tornado, set Sakuretsu Armor. That's the turn. Stand by. I'll just dust the Fusion Gate. That's fine. I'm not going to set the Call of the Haunted here. I don't think there's a reason to do that. Alright, I'll just Sakuretsu Armor. Go ahead and get that out of the way, because I would like to have my Giant Rat for other things if I can. And there's the possibility of Decree at some point, so even though I do have the Cliff, I think we just throw off the Sakuretsu. Alright, well now we're going to Graceful. Try to find some action here. Trap Dust Shoot's actually pretty nice. I think I'm going to get rid of Call and Cliff. Yeah, Cliff's not doing me any good. But these are going to do some damage. And then I have, you know, Trap Dust Shoot to see what I need to do. Take some key pieces out of their hand, maybe. Ring of Destruction for damage. And Snatch Steal, probably, to close out the game, I would imagine. I think our opponent's in some deep trouble here. Well, we're going to send that BLS right on back, aren't we? Oh, they have Defusion? That's a hot one. Alright, so we did finally see the Chaos Monster, but... See if the opponent wants to card Destruction here. Oh, Defusion. I guess Defusion... Well, it gets back Buster Blader, right? You can Emblem. That's not a big deal. So we can Emblem for Buster Blader and then card Destruction, so we thin out the deck a little more. If they card Destruction, then... Okay, they're going to Defusion, that's fine. I guess they can Polymerization here, if they want to. They're at 2,900, so, like, they've kind of got to be careful here. But, I mean, can they really be careful, I guess, is the thing. So we have card Destruction, one other in hand. Oh, we're just going for Dark Paladin plus Buster Blader? That's fine. You have lost the game. Sorry, opponent. Your deck's much sweeter than mine, but I'm going to take the win. All right, so we're going to call it there. Pretty sweet deck to end it on. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Glad to be back to playing some aggro decks. We'll be back with the next one.